FBI spring break warnings, weather delays, wooden planes, all this next on Cabin Pressure with Shawn and G.
Prepare for takeoff.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's up? What's up, people?
How did I know some other kind of shit was gonna
Yeah, you gotta, I told you, man, you gotta keep it fresh.
I know, you're definitely changing it up a little bit.
Right, you gotta, every week I'm gonna try to do some type of other welcome, you know, because I know the fans out there look forward to it.
I can't wait for the little voiceover. What's going on, man?
Oh man, you know, it seems like this project, this freaking flood in my basement, like is it wasn't really a flood, but the leak in my basement was like taking forever. It's like it just keeps going on and on and on, and we got these workers coming in. I got painters and stuff to come in, and you ever have workers in your house where you're just like they are annoying you for some reason?
If that was the case, I'd annoy myself. No, hell no. I mean, I'm the worker.
I know you're the worker. I know you're the worker, but you know, there's something about
when the house was built, yeah, it annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that work in your house. Like, there's probably people you can hire. Everybody hires somebody sometime in their life, whatever. But my number one pet peeve is smokers.
Oh yeah, I know that,
dude. I can't stand smokers, man. I had this little pig pen dude.
Yep.
He came in. And nicest, friendliest guy, but he just reeked. I mean, everything about him was like this repelling, like smoke. He was like this little. You could see the like a little like waif around him.
Right.
It's nauseating. I just don't. I can't stand it. And there's nothing like as he walked through the house, like after they went, I'm like spraying Lysol and everything. Lysol was challenging it, you know, trying to get rid of it. It's not
as bad as body odor. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't know if like smokers don't realize that.
No, I don't think they do.
Yeah, it's like that sense is just like there. That smell has just like been burnt out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
but you're super sensitive to it. I mean, anybody that doesn't smoke, super sensitive.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, like that smoker that's sitting next to you on a plane.
Right.
Like, I mean, and you're a non-smoker. I mean, you're almost gagging.
You're moving.
Yeah, well, you want to move.
No, you're moving. I know you.
No, me, yeah, I might change flights.
Yeah. You're definitely
I mean, I can't stand it. It is just, it's something about it, nausea. As a little kid, when I was growing up, like my parents were smokers.
Right.
And, you know, when you're a little kid, you don't know any difference. But literally, I remember hanging my head outside of the freaking car window as my parents smoked in the car. You know, it was that bad. I mean, you got to remember, it's not today's world. So for all you youngsters out there thinking, oh, terrible parents, whatever, but everybody and their mom was doing that back then. And guess what? There was no seatbelts in our car either back then. That's how long ago it was.
Sit in the back of a truck.
Yeah, I mean, it was just that rancid, nasty smell. But
now they're switching over to vaping, and that's horrible too, though.
It's not as stinky.
It's not, but you know something? It's annoying as hell because they think they can just do it anywhere.
Yeah. That's the one thing like. They just think they can go and do it anywhere and all that stuff because it doesn't stink. Or some of them like smell decent, actually, like have fruit smells and stuff like that. But it's like, yeah, you can't just do all that stuff anywhere. I mean, people that are non-smoker are so hypersensitive to that, and
right.
People don't, and they don't get that. And there's no offense to them, like as their personality and as a person and stuff. This is a habit or, you know, a bad habit they have that they need to kick. Eventually, they will. Because the health is going to catch up with them, right?
Yeah.
You can't continue. Very, 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 very few people.
No, I watched my mom. Watched my mom go through it, and I watched, unfortunately, the what happens from smoking, and it's horrible. I mean, it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I mean, the deterioration of your body, your skin, the molecular breakdown, and all that stuff. Anyways, other thing that's happened, man, is it's March Madness.
March Madness,
man. You know, my wife is like the biggest freaking basketball fan.
Oh, I know that.
And yesterday she comes walking down down here to my desk, and she's like, here's your bracket, fill it out. you got like two hours before it, opens. I'm like, really? And she goes, and don't cheat.
So whose bracket were you in? Was it? I mean, somebody like we know.
Dude, you are. Every person out there just laughed at you, like beyond laugh. They're rolling over. Whose bracket? We all have you only have your own personal bracket. No, March Madness.
You know what I'm talking about. There's a person that runs that.
No.
Right?
This is no. People that play March. There's people that are betting. Yeah, yes. There's people out there, Vegas and all that stuff. But people just have their own brackets just to be playing along, type of thing. Okay. It's like, I'm following this tournament. Let me fill out what I think was prediction. Innocent, no money. So. Yeah, no, it's not. Whose bracket's your own personal bracket? You can go in.
I knew that. Forget it. You're missing what I'm saying. Because when people do this for March Madness, right? They get people together and they each have their own brackets, right?
Yeah.
They pick their bracket and they bet on it.
There's no betting on always. Like you're the gambling part of it. You're throwing the gambling part in it. A lot of millions of people don't do any gambling whatsoever. It's just your own bracket.
Okay, I got that.
It's just to follow the tournament.
I just thought you were gambling on it.
No, it's just me against my wife right now.
All right.
And it's like who picks the most and who gets the most right picks and all that stuff because it goes on for a while,
I got you. Okay, now I got it because
it's just a friendly little bracket.
You. All right. It was between you and her. I was sitting there thinking that you guys were getting into some little thing that each one of you were betting at your bracket.
No,
on a bracket.
None of us win if we're doing it between the two of us. It's our money.
Acting like I don't know what the hell March Madness brackets are. I was sitting there thinking you were just gambling on it. All right.
No, there's no gambling.
I got you. I knew that.
It's just how far.
It's like asking me about the damn Alamo again.
Literally, people will be like, asking how'd you do in your own bracket? There's a lot of non-gambling.
Yeah. So everybody that was laughing at me at the beginning, don't freaking laugh because I knew what the hell he's talking about.
No, he didn't.
Oh, hell yes, I did.
Anyways, so what's going on with you, man?
Nightmare.
Yep. A nightmare win. What happened?
I'm getting to that, man. Do you remember this past week I've been doing the Tampa turns.
Right.
That weather.
Oh man, the weather here's been totally freaking psychotic.
Okay, but I'm talking about down in Florida.
Oh yeah.
That was a whole weather front that was going through.
It went across the whole nation.
Yeah, but it actually started at the top of Florida, and then you seen this whole thing, and we had to go all the way to the East Coast, down the coast, all the way across the state of Florida, just to get back into Tampa, just getting down there.
Yeah, but that system that you're talking about, that was
went across the United States. Yeah,
I mean. Yeah, I went across the United States, but that particular system was that one that killed all those people in the tornadoes and stuff before it even got to Florida. But when you got to Florida, how did it affect you?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So anyway, we came down the coast, and we had to come all the way across the state of Florida, come back into Tampa. We got in there. It was crazy. Turbulence was absolutely nuts. There was another crew that went through, actually, it took like a straight shot through there, and they said the turbulence was just freaking crazy.
Springtime is the worst time to fly.
Yeah, it is. But
I mean, everybody's like, we do it because of our schedules and stuff and spring break and all that crap. But it's like, it is one of the worst times to fly in volatile weather.
Yeah.
Right?
Tampa's like a couple hour flight. But anyway, it takes us like almost 4 hours to get down there. It's crazy. We had to come down the coast, come back around, hold. But anyway, we got into Tampa. So then we had to make a decision because it's either we board these people up. And this system's coming in. We know it's going to shut the airport down. So we had a decision to make. Do we board them up, go sit out in the bullpen, right, and wait for this storm to clear? We'll be number one for takeoff. We can get these people out, right? We have like 3 hours of playtime here. Or do we just sit them in the terminal and know the thing is going to cancel? And we know it's going to cancel because we were all going to go illegal. Because there's no way. Once that tail end got there, the lightning and everything, you know how lightning is. It shuts the whole airport down.
Yeah, but you know that freaking passenger rule of rights and all that stuff.
Okay, we're getting to that.
You can't just sit them out there forever.
We're going to get to that. So anyway, we made the decision that we're going to try to get these people out. We're going to try to come out the back in the storm. So we boarded these people up. We take them out there. We told them that what we were doing, and we were number one for takeoff. We sat out there and we were waiting it out. Well, it turned into a absolute shit show because we were sitting out there and we were doing water. We do snacks. We were doing we have tarmac supplies in case we were out there for a length of time. So we were waiting out there, and the 3-hour mark came.
You were sitting out there for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude.
So we had to taxi back in. But when we started taxiing back in, the lightning was so bad, the whole ramp was shut down.
Then you got stuck out
there even longer now. Now they can't taxi, can't move. The ramp can't do anything. We're stuck out there now. There's a group of people that was getting pissed. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you about your flight crew. We were trying to make a decision to get you guys out on your flight. Now, if we would have taken off, guess what? We're heroes, right?
Right.
Because we made the right call and we got you out there. But because we went illegal, now we're a zero.
Yeah, Mother Nature, she's a bitch.
Exactly. So this woman starts yelling at me about it. And I said, next time you tell me, what decision should we have made? Should we just gone and sat in the terminal? Now, we could have sat in the plane at the terminal, knew we was going to go illegal, just waited it out. We're going to go illegal, we'll walk off that plane. But we tried to get you out. But in doing that, what did we? We became that zero. We became your problem, your issue, everything that happened out there now.
And that was even explained to him before you pushed off. Right?
Very first thing that we did was tell them that, and we informed them everything. And we were out there, and I was out there with constant water, snacks, everything. But it just proves that it doesn't matter what you do. Now the rest of the passengers, unfreaking believable. And when I'm telling you, 99% of those people absolutely they appreciated what we tried to do. Okay, but we always say there's that 1%. There's that 1%. And this is what we talk about in these incidents and all this stuff that we talk about on cabin pressure is that 1% that always have got to, they have to needle you, right? They have to sit there and make you be the bad person.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's that one. Everybody can be like, oh, yeah, we understand. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, hurrah, rah, rah. Yeah. And you go out there and you sit, and then impatience happens.
Yep.
And people start getting impatient. And then all it takes is one of those people to literally that flight, I kid you not, there's probably somebody filed a report against the airline saying that you trapped them on the airline.
Oh, yeah.
Even though you guys tried to accommodate them and everything, but that's the whole give and take and ebb and flow of this industry. You either get it or you don't get it. Most people do, right?
Yeah, but it's a no-win situation sometimes. You just got to make a decision. You run with it, see what happens. Would I do it again? Yeah, but that Tampa turn, Shawn, that Tampa day was 10 hours.
A 10-hour.
Yeah. A 10-hour.
First of all, that trip is more like
5
hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
it's down and back.
Yeah.
Take them down there, drop them off, load them up, come back.
Absolute flipping nightmare. We had to stay the night, and then we had to come back the next day.
Yeah.
And then you think that we were just deadheading home? Nope.
Oh, well, once that gets in the back, then company to company, this gets kind of get squirrely because you don't know what they're going to be doing.
Well, they had us deadheading, right? Yeah. And I was like, there's no way. One word, right? Activated.
Right. Of course they're going to do.
So, yeah. So, anyway, that was it. Tampa turned into an absolute flipping nightmare. But that happens we're in an industry that deals with the weather, and sometimes the weather does not cooperate.
Yeah. And all those rules and regulations are for, so that everybody doesn't, push things and get things into unsafe situations. Because, I don't know how many people on the plane knew how long you guys been working.
Yeah, Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah, so anybody, after an 8-hour shift, they want to go home, right? Well, yeah. You guys are stuck on there for 10 hours. It's like, come on. So
a lot of fun.
Little understand. I get that, man. Been there, done that in our career. How many times, right?
Yep. Hey, listen though, the whole thing now though is spring break, the travel full effect right now.
Man, spring break. Yeah, the wife was just so she went to work this morning, and she's been cheating and parking in front of because of you. She's been parking in the freaking garage in front of the airport, which is
smart.
Very, very. She's not smart. Very
smart.
expensive.
She's smart.
And so anyways, she's like, she gets into the garage and she's thinking, oh, you know what? The garage is pretty empty, man. It's going to be not busy. She walked into the terminal. She's like, the airline security lines were crisscrossed from end to end from the airport.
It's been crazy, Shawn.
Yeah. And she was like, where is everybody parking? But it's spring breakers.
Yeah.
So they're all cheap and trying to do that cheap vacation. So they're off, property parking like smart people.
Right.
Not at the airport. Anyways. So,
I still agree with her, man. I told her all the time. I was like, you need to park right here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a bill that doesn't need to be. I mean, every day, that's crazy. Anyhow, yeah, man, we got all these crazy different types of passengers and stuff right now on spring break. You get the cruisers.
Oh, yeah, those are fun.
And then you got the freaking college kids going crazy right now.
Yep.
And
groups of them, right?
Yeah, groups of them. And then you have the families.
You got the girl packs, the boy packs, the hey, bro, hey, bro, hey, bro.
Yeah,
right?
Hey, bro. Hey, what
Everything's bro. Everything's bro to the guy next to him.
Right.
Everything's bro. And then you got the girls in there, and it's a sweatpants. They got their hoodies on, headphones on. Don't act like, they're superstars. Don't want you to bother them.
Yeah, man. This is the vacation travel times. Like, this is the time of the year where most businessmen hate to be on the plane because they got to deal with all this stuff too.
Screaming kids.
Yeah, screaming kids. Babies. Just people wanting to act a fool on the plane.
There's always that one. I guarantee you're going to get one of those.
Yeah,
going to get one of those.
You're always getting something like that. People are just acting fools. But, spring break right now, there's a lot to talk about in spring break. People always like, did you go on spring break when you were in college? Like, did you take off and do spring break?
I did.
Yeah. And what were some of your destinations?
Daytona Beach back then.
Okay. So you were in college in the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
And then you went down to Florida.
Drove.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, driving. Like, there's tons of college kids doing that right now, driving, and families and stuff, because we all don't have the means to fly, right? But hey, cool. You do what you can do. But everybody's doing that vacation time right now. I personally never, ever in my life did a spring break trip.
Really?
Never. I just didn't have the means to do it, man. And when I had that time off, it was like more of just a break to relax. It's always been that break to relax and chill out and kind of catch up with yourself, from school or work or whatever it is. But never got to do that. But for all these people that are doing, the millions of people that are doing it, I mean, there's so many places to go, right?
There's tons, especially now, man. There's even more than ever.
Yeah. And you were talking about like, all the stuff that's happening in the news, like, because the news is so freaking, highlighted with all this bullshit that's happening and stuff. And that thing that just happened down in Punta Cana with that girl disappearing, what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, that story is unbelievable. If you listen to that story, it's unbelievable.
So this event that we just went to, G and I went to this weekend, the lady that runs the foundation, her son, one of her sons, he was just at that resort the week before.
Really?
He was there. He was like, everything was fine. Everything's good, and really to that whole situation, like, unfortunate, who knows what happened. It sounded like the girl drowned and, drift off in the sea and whatever. But it's like,
there was a lot more to it, man. When you heard that kid's story, it's changed like 3 or 4 times. So.
But I'm not trying to make anybody guilty or anything.
No.
But here's the interesting thing about it is that we're going to get into this a little bit more heavier. But when you're going international, there's different laws and stuff. And we're going to talk about that stuff here. But back to our spring break thing here. There's so many places here in the United States to go. Right?
Tons. Absolutely tons of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so like we're going to name off, here's a list. So these are kind of like top spring break retreats.
Locations,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Panama City.
That's
Daytona,
a big one.
Myrtle Beach, New Orleans. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people think like a spring break, they always think of like, oh, we're going to a beach and stuff. But
cheap ass one is South Padre.
South Padre. Yeah, I've been down to South Padre.
I know, but
never on spring break. But when I got there, I was like, "Why?"
It's like a budget.
Yeah, it's like beach, budget beach.
Yeah, it is. It's budget beach.
Yeah, so
South Padre.
Yeah, great shrimp down there though. But anyhow, the Nashville, man, that's like what is it? The wedding destination, all the different bachelorette parties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And anyways, West Coast, Honolulu.
Love Honolulu.
Yeah, a lot of people go to Hawaii for spring break.
Depends on how much money. All these destinations, though, man, it's funny because you have to look at its cost, right? Because a lot of them, big difference in price.
That's what I'm saying. Like the beginning of what I was saying. Like I didn't have the means to do this ever on a spring break. And like that was not an experience that I got to enjoy in college.
Right.
And but it was like, but there's all these different places: Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Austin, Texas. That was one that I didn't. It was like spring break in Austin.
It's a young city, though,
but it's big party, big country music, all kinds of bars and partying and fun things like that. You know, like
but spring break in Vegas. I mean,
Vegas. Yeah, well,
unless
you
you're
can go
at
to Vegas anytime.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, anytime, anywhere. And you know, back in our day, Vegas was fairly inexpensive to go there. Like the entertainment and the food in Vegas used to be the driving force to go to Vegas. I mean, we can go to. And when we were in Vegas, like a Vegas layover and laying over to eat and stuff there, we go to a buffet. It was costing us like $20, and we go to a seafood buffet and eat all the lobster we can eat. You know, possibly eat.
Right.
You know, it was so much cheaper than it is today. Today's world, it's like everything in Vegas just went like 100 times more expensive.
Right. But you know, if I was a college kid, I mean, Panama City, that'd be it.
Panama City?
If I was, because that I mean, that's a little part. I mean, that's a hardcore party. If you're going to go there to have party and have fun, I mean, that's a hardcore party. But when you look at some of these destinations, like Key West is an adult playground. It is because they don't have a lot of beach. You know what I mean?
But here you can get there by the car.
I know.
You know, so that's you know, like the Key West has a lot of different places to offer. Like there's tons of dive bars there, man. Like, you know,
but that I'm saying as far as spring break college kids. So
yeah,
I mean, because Key West is big for snorkeling and diving and everything.
Partying.
Yeah, I know that, but more for adults.
I think it's more for partying. Period. I mean, I went to Key West, and you know what? Here's my thing. My little analysis of Key West. I'm not going back because that's not my type of vacation.
Right.
Like I explored the whole place, checked out the fort there, checked out the White House, checked out what's his name's house, the writer's house. You know, I looked at all that stuff, but it was mainly just you know, the Keys itself is just a nice giant party.
Right.
It didn't matter where you did, Key Largo, Key West, you know, you name it. It's this big party. But if you're into that, cool, man. I mean, do it.
I'm still saying though, college kids, Panama City.
Panama City, that's your place.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I think Panama City. I mean, you know, if I was going for the nightlife and the party for the spring break, yeah, that'd be it. Because you have like Punta Cana, which is really cool, but it's more resort style.
Well,
right?
let's. I'm breaking this into domestic and foreign because here's the thing: when you transfer this whole time and you say I'm going to go international, there's a whole new dynamic to this.
Exactly,
right? I mean, like you. And this gets into the point of like what's happening right down in Punta Cana was like that dynamic of, yes, I want to go have fun, but there's this huge danger right now as an American.
International laws, basically, too, though.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go. There's certain places that are even heightened. Like to be an American outside the borders of the United States, it can be kind of dangerous right now.
Okay. Now, we were just talking about that. If I know you don't have a kid, but if you had a kid,
mm-hmm.
we're going to go into the international part of this. Would you let your kid go there?
Yeah, internationally, I would definitely be very questionable on the destination they're going to go. Because there's some that are like much less concerned than others. Like me right now in Mexico, I don't like.
No way in hell, Shawn.
Yeah, there's no way.
I mean, you know me, my three. No way, not one of them would be on a plane going to an international destination for spring break. That's just trouble. Yeah. It's just trouble. I mean, you out having fun. Next thing you know, it could be the police. It could be cartel. It could be just somebody looking for trouble.
Well, here's the problem: is that these American kids go internationally, right? And they are applying American laws and rules to their surroundings. Like they think that is what is applied to them, and it's not.
It's a false sense of security is what it is.
Yeah, you get to these foreign countries, they got different rules, you're not aware of the rules because you're not educating yourself before you go there. And then you start doing some crazy stuff that you might think might be innocent here in the United States, whereas over there it's a crime.
Right.
You know, and then not to mention now, like, you know, we got big old targets on our back being Americans abroad, you know, like you can't just, you know, just be going out there like having fun and stuff and not thinking that somebody's not looking at you.
You're I don't care. You're always, as an American, I think you're always a target when you go to these international destinations. You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
You got to be careful. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. It doesn't matter if you're on spring break either.
These college kids don't think about that at all. And I mean, here's a perfect example too, is that this girl down there, she lost her life. And here's this other kid, you know, he's fighting for his life because we don't know what he did or what she did or what happened. But we do know this. There's 2 families right now that are feeling this. And they made the decision of letting one let their kid go, and they lost their kid. One let their kid go, and they're fighting for their kid.
Right. It's like it's a bad situation because and like that kid that they're fighting for right now, like he got detained for like 12 days.
Right.
And they hadn't pressed one charge. They can't even do that in the United States. You know, like if you're thinking you're in the United States, you can't just be held for no reason. You know, right?
I guarantee you, though, with
in
that
these other countries,
I
they
bet
can
you
do whatever they want.
I bet you money there's a piece of paper that's signed that says if anything's found out, he's extradited back.
Who knows?
I bet you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway,
and I haven't looked into
let's
it.
Let's just say this though. Internationally, no way in hell. I would not let my kid go. If I was letting them go to spring break, it would definitely be domestic. There's no way I would let the international go.
If you were going international and you didn't have these concerns and it was just you, where are some places
that I'd go?
Yeah,
Cabo.
Mm-hmm. You like Cabo?
Yeah, I go to Cabo. I like Cancun though.
Yeah,
I do. I like Cancun.
Well, here's my. I'm a Cabo lover now. I've switched from Cancun to Cabo as far as my Mexico destinations. Like it's like Cabo is much more. There's a little bit of everything there for everybody. You know, like you can get whatever you want. So if you want hardcore partying and craziness, you know, Cabo Wabo and go have fun. Or you want to chill out and relax on a beach and just chill out at the resort. Hundreds of resorts to do that, you know. Whereas, and I think there's just more to offer there, period. Opposed to Cancun, you're kind of like really isolated in this very narrow strip. And, you know, they got you kind of like isolated in this thing, which is a good and a bad thing because being isolated means there's a little bit more control with security and all that stuff. But, yeah, Cabo's a jam. The other thing, man, there's all these different international destinations that kids are going to regardless. So one that used to be like a big hot spot is Jamaica. Have you ever been to Jamaica?
I have.
Yeah, I've never been to Jamaica.
I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always hear it's like one side of the island's good and one side's bad.
Yeah, we went into the port on with a cruise, and yeah, it's not a place I'd want to go.
And you were like not impressed with it?
Nope, not at all. Huh. I mean, just I was ready to get back on the boat. Just nothing I wanted to do.
Yeah, and then St. Martin.
St. Martin's nice.
St. Martin, St. Croix, that all those places are like
Bahamas.
I've been there. Anywhere in the Bahamas, I would highly recommend people to go.
Yeah.
The security there is a little different. Like
but that's why all the cruise lines stop there too, though, because it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, they all have they're all attached in different countries and different, you know, affiliated with different, you know, they're their own little country. But it's like NASA, dude. Not a lot of spring breakers are going to go to NASA because it's so damn expensive.
Right.
Like it's super expensive there. Have you been to NASA?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is like wow. Anyways. Yeah, Punta Cana. I've never been there. That's someplace I'm like, you know.
Yeah, I haven't been there either.
Yeah, and then Puerto Vallarta. I've never been there either. But these are all destinations that people are going to here in spring break. Like right now, if you're going abroad, the FBI has put out a warning. And if you know, a lot of people don't like look at the news and look at what's happening in the world before they just go. They just plan these things 6 months ago and then, hey, we're going on vacation, right? Not even a freaking care in the world what happened, what's getting ready to happen,
right?
Or anything just to happen, you know? I mean, anyways, they said, listen, You need to maintain your vigilance throughout your travel and be prepared to contact the nearest embassy. How many times have you been abroad and knew where the U.S. embassy is?
Flying, I usually know, like when I was going in, I knew where the embassy was.
Yeah. I mean, that's your only safe haven.
Yeah, that's it. You got to get there.
Yeah, you got to get to a U.S. embassy to be protected under U.S. laws in order to protect yourself if you get any type of situation abroad. Because, I got to be honest with you. I go abroad a lot. I don't always know where the U.S. embassy is.
When I was flying international, I knew where it was.
Yeah, because on the destinations you're going to, right?
Yeah. I made sure of that, especially it's like the Philippines when I used to fly out there. Knew exactly where that damn place was.
Yeah.
I did, man. I'm telling you. I knew exactly because they used to remember the Marcos?
Yeah.
Imelda Marcos? They used to demonstrate down there. And I got caught up in some of that shit. I mean, I did, man. I was running from the big park right across from the Manila Hotel because they had a big demonstration. And I was a U.S. citizen. And they seen that I was. And a bunch of these people started chasing me.
Oh, wow.
And as soon as I got to the hotel, they opened up the doors and the guys with machine guns are out in the front of that place.
Oh, yeah.
And I ran inside there. Then you were safe. But yeah, I know exactly what happens in there. You got to be really careful.
I only had one incident in my whole life that was in that same type of situation. That was in Italy. I was out with buddies and stuff, and we were stationed abroad, whatever, with my family. And we walked into one of these squares. And at the time, I mean, this is early 80s. I walk in the square, there's this giant party going on. We kids were just like, hey, let's check it out. What's happening here? Some other festival or something like that. We walk in and we get into the middle of this square and it's a huge communist rally. I mean,
that place you want to be.
Yeah. We like literally look around and all you start seeing is nothing but hammers and sickles everywhere and red flags. And we're like,
not the place to be right now.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Like, it was crazy. So we like slowly slid out of there. And by the time we got to the edge of the square, somebody realized, oh, these guys are Americans. And then they started chasing us and, we were young and fresh and we got away. But
that's why I said you have a false sense of security as a U.S. citizen, man. When you get out there in any other country, be careful because it's completely different. Their laws are different and you don't know their laws. And you could actually be in trouble for doing something that is stupid, but it's against their law.
Yeah.
So you want to be careful with that.
So the other thing that the FBI is warning for us is you should avoid actions, anything illegal, improper, be discreet about your actions and all that stuff when you're abroad. Also, in addition to that, you need to avoid sexual companionship. Sounds crazy, right? But, these people are trying to lure you in. They do room raids. They do try to photograph you, blackmail you. There's all those different types of things that the FBI is warning you about. And Mexico City is probably the hot spot of this thing. We didn't mention that on our thing, like as far as like no spring breakers and could probably go in very few in the world.
I don't see that with kids though. I don't see that. I mean, I get it, but I don't see that. I see that with some younger guys, but
Here's the thing. The beauty of what you just said is that you don't see it.
Right.
Right. And that's all they're waiting for. They're waiting for you not to see it. And
that's
so
true.
You need to have your highlight, be alert.
I'd be more worried about the laws though.
Yeah. And they're saying U.S. citizens should exercise caution in downtown areas of popular spring break spots. And the number ones they're talking about is Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum are the especially dark spots that are hot spots right now that the FBI is warning about. So just a shout out to everybody. If you're listening, just be careful out there if you are going abroad.
Spring break is fun, man, but something, it could cost you a lot. I mean, it could cost you a lot.
Yeah. It's one little quick decision. Anyways, airlines, man.
Airlines. Had some crap going this week, man. Real quick, I had to tell you about this guy. He came on board, didn't know about it. I was working in the back of the plane. So they come back and they tell the guys, the flight attendants up front, they're like, you would not believe what this guy did. So they came in first class. Gate agent came in first class, said, we should have a seat open in first. So she starts going through and asking everybody for their boarding pass, verifying everybody. And this guy in 2E gets up and walks straight to the back of the aircraft.
He just sat down.
He just sat down, Shawn. Now, he not only sat down, but he sat down and immediately requested for a drink. And the flight attendant said, we're just doing mimosas. And he said, no, I want 2 mimosas. And so he took 2 mimosas and he guzzled them down real quick. Okay. Well, as soon as that gate agent started verifying, he gets up, he picks up and he leaves. He was in 35D, Shawn.
35D.
Now, what bullshit is that?
Listen.
That's just bullshit. I'm sorry. That's bullshit.
As an experienced flight attendant, I'm going to tell you right now, anybody gets in, walks into first class on our aircraft and they like demand like they want a drink right away. You know, to me, that's like bells and whistles are going off. Like, who are you? You're not acting like a normal first class passenger, you know, right? So, I mean, I'm not accommodating people that are just, first of all, demanding things like that. I'm like questioning who is this person, the whole 9 yards. Like, I'm gonna pick up and verify myself too, if this guy's supposed to be up there.
Would you have let him go?
No.
Neither would I. I mean, if I was up front, I'm like, you're not, because that's theft. You just tried to steal first class. I mean, you think you're getting away with it and you think it's funny. It's not funny. You're trying to steal something from our airline, and that's a bunch of crap.
I mean, minimum I would do is make him pay for those drinks, right? I mean, you got to pay for those drinks, and you just drink.
You're on the next flight,
you know. And if you got any problems with it, you're definitely on the next flight. But
I'd be like, you're on the next flight anyway, because you can sit down there and think about doing something stupid. Because if you just let him go, right,
you can keep doing it.
He's going to do it again. Yeah. This guy's going to do it again, because as soon as he went back there, he thought he was going to get a drink from me and the other flight attendant, and we had already talked about it. And he's like, Garrett, he goes, I'm not giving him a drink. Right. He goes, he already smells of alcohol. So he went back and he told him, as we took the cart back, he said, we're not serving you any alcohol, because he wanted something to drink. Yeah. And I told him, I said, yeah, your judgment was impaired.
Right.
Because it's just...
How do you react?
It's ridiculous. He just sat there because he knew that he was wrong. And afterwards, the one flight attendant said something to him. He goes, oh, yeah, I just tried to get away with it. That's bullshit, Shawn. I mean, It is. I mean, those guys, when that happens, they should take them off, put them on the next plane. That's fine. But you're going to have to wait 4 or 5 hours to get on that next damn flight, because you think that's so funny. Now, this is real funny. You're just going to sit here and hope that there's another seat for you to get on.
That's the difference between you and I being in charge, and we got a younger flight attendant in charge. Like, I don't put up with that bullshit, but... that's not cool.
So if you're a person that does this, and I even when I went to the back, I was like, what kind of person does that? Right? I mean, I found a wallet on the plane just yesterday, and it had like $1,000 in it. I made sure the guy got his wallet back, because it's karma, right?
Right.
Karma's a bitch. I mean, if you don't do the right thing, karma's a bitch. I mean, it comes back and it will bite you.
Dude, it's, we're there to do a job. Like, we're not there freaking trying to capitalize off of, people's mistakes and stuff. And people leave shit on the planet constantly, like you just gotta do the right thing.
But this was theft, man. I mean, out and out theft. He tried to steal first class. Honestly, he should have been in the terminal, put on, okay, I'm going to put you on the next flight. Okay. I'm not going to deny your availability to get home, but I am going to sit there and I'm going to put you on the next flight, and you're going to wait 4 or 5 hours to get there. And maybe you can think about maybe if you ever do this again, and then I'm going to put in your record locator that you did this.
Yeah.
And make sure that you know it.
For sure. Yeah. People just got to realize, like, you just can't be like, it's not certain areas of life where you can have fun, play games and stuff, but like being on an aircraft and stuff, there's too many rules and regulations and things to be following. And we definitely aren't a bus. It's not like just sit down wherever you want to sit.
Right.
That's not the company that we work for. So,
all right. How about this one? All right. The plane's ready to go. We're all packed up. Everybody's there. Okay. We're ready to close the door. Nope. We got to wait. Why? There's 4 people stuck in security.
What?
4. Okay. Do you think it's right that you wait?
Well, there's a lot of dynamics here in this, like whether to wait or not.
Forget that. Do you think it's right to wait because you got every other passenger that's on board that aircraft right now, and you're waiting for 4 people stuck in security? Do you think that everybody else should wait for those 4 people that decided not to show up to the airport late?
So here's my answer. Because you're not liking my answer, because yeah, exactly. So listen to what I got to say here. It's a dynamics. Like, the airline has to make that choice. I mean, it's a business, right? So we're here trying to transport people from point A to point B. I think it's rude, inconsiderate, ridiculous, like to inconvenience all these hundreds of other people on the plane. That's total bullshit. But in also, there are people out there that bring a lot of money to the airlines, and it's a business. So if this group, whatever, is those people that are bringing a lot of money and you're delaying this, that's the airline's got to make that choice, is that the repercussions and the fallout for the comments and stuff they're going to have with all the people that they're inconveniencing. That's what they got to deal with. But they got to make that choice. I personally am 100% with you. Close the damn door. And
I think it's bullshit.
Like it's bullshit,
yeah.
right?
I mean, I do. I just think it's bullshit. Everybody has an excuse of why they're late for anything. I mean, especially in our business, they all have an excuse, and everybody else is that you make everybody else's day a little bit longer because you decided, hey, I don't have to show up at this time, but that's fine. I mean, I get it. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, they hold, we stay, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Yeah. I do not agree that we should be inconveniencing all these people. I mean, I don't care how much money you bring to the plane, the company, or whatever. Go. Yeah. You should be going. But here's the thing. We live in this world that this happens all the time, and we see it every day.
I know.
Right? And yeah, I mean, like, and like, it's inconvenience us as a crew too. Like, we're just trying to do our job and get there and do everything on time, the whole 9 yards, what we're trained to do. But at the same time, it's rude.
Yeah, it is.
It's rude.
All right. Now this one, real quick on this one. So the flight attendant, I was working with her across the aisle, and all of a sudden she got this bad look on her face. And I knew exactly what it was. What do you think it was?
Bad look on her face?
Yeah, like, across what I mean? Like all of a sudden your face just made a funny look on it.
Well, I probably think that she's like not liking what she's looking at.
No, dragon breath, man. I mean, it was like, I was like, what was going on? She's like, oh my God, it was so bad.
Who's?
The person that she was asking what they wanted to drink.
Oh, I get you. Okay, now I'm following what you're talking about. Yeah, the person the customer she just talked to has dragon breath.
Yeah, she was like, I couldn't help it. She goes, my face just reacted. It was so bad.
Dude, you know what? I'm thinking about this. I'm like thinking, you know what? You want to get rich? They got all these devices out there, blow into this thing, lose weight, blow into this thing to figure out you're too drunk, Why don't they got like a dragon breath detector?
Level of how bad your breath smells.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it be, I think that thing would just like take off, like something that you could sell the public where, hey, I got to check my breath because
it's called a you stink pen.
Yeah, something. It's like a, dragon monitor, like it's literally, that can happen with a coworker. That can happen with a passenger. That can happen, like, even if I had bad breath, and we all have bad breath, we're all human, right? So if I had it, man, I really want somebody to tell me, but everybody's not like that, right?
The one thing I can say with me being in this industry, I'm very conscious of my breath because, I always make sure that I either have gum or I got some kind of breath freshener or whatever it is, because I'm conscious about it. I mean, I really am. But anyway, it was just funny. I felt kind of bad for the person because, and you're right. Everybody has bad breath every once in a while. But when you're sitting across from somebody and you're looking at them, that face, oh my God, it was so funny.
It's bad. I mean, anytime bad breath is bad. Period.
All right, let's go over a couple other things. Lithium battery runaway fire on that plane. Did you see that?
No.
All right, so it was up in the overhead bin. It started, and you could actually see it torch from the overhead bin up. And they're lucky that they got it in time. And that crew reacted really great. They came on there with water, liquids, everything. And they were dousing it, soaking it, and it was dripping down through the cabin. But lithium battery runaways, man, we talked about that numerous times, folks. Make sure about those.
Yeah, man. There's so many devices out there right now that can have that can happen, but people just don't think about that. But back to your story here, because I'm not familiar with it. When did it happen? Was this on the ground? Was it in the air?
It was in the air.
Oh, it was in the air.
Yeah, it was in the air.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's super dangerous right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was bad. I mean, but the crew reacted really good. I mean, like I said, they were just dousing it, and as we know, we flood it with liquid. So, but yeah, they cooled it off and they got it contained. So, props to them. That was a good one. How about the aircraft that almost took off on the taxiway?
What?
Yeah, I could not believe that one.
Yeah,
on the
that's
taxiway.
Crazy. I've heard of.
You've been cleared for takeoff.
I mean, over our career and stuff, I've heard of crazy stuff. Like I've heard of planes landing on a taxiway, but taking off on a taxiway, man, come on. I mean, there's no lights like for even day or night on a train. There's lights for the runway, right?
Right.
I mean, they're bright. I mean, how do you mistake a taxiway to take off?
They rebooked all the passengers now. Do you think there was a debrief in that one?
Somebody might not be flying for a little while.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Maybe a little extra training's coming your way. But
right.
Yeah, taxiway takeoff, not a good one.
And maybe an eye exam.
Now this next one, okay, this person, there's a special place in hell waiting for her.
Who's that?
This woman was recently found guilty, but the occurrence happened in 2024. She was accused of drowning her dog at the airport.
Oh my God.
Yeah, how messed up is that? You know how much I love dogs.
Why? Why?
So she did not have the correct paperwork, and she didn't have the funds to have the dog travel with her. So they rejected her. So they had her on video, and they showed her going into the bathroom. Well, she came out without the dog. All right. So nobody really thought anything about it, right? Because they just seen all this water they were cleaning up.
And nor was anybody paying attention.
Right. Well, when the airport cleaning people went in there, they were cleaning all this water up. And when they went to take the trash out, they knew it was really heavy. Well, they found this dog, and it was a white dog that was in the trash can dead. She had went in there and she had drowned that damn dog and in there and put it in the trash can. And she just recently she was found guilty of that. But you know something? Special place in hell just waiting for you when you do that to an animal.
Come on.
Yep. I can't
kill an animal because of your inconvenience.
Yeah, because you didn't want to pay or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean
that's bullshit. I mean, you know something? You did that. That's just a bunch of crap.
Oh my gosh. You know, people that you just got to sometimes wonder like what reasoning like drove her to this point. That's ridiculous.
There's no reason.
Hey, did you hear about the update about the plane that rolled over there? The preliminary results?
No, you're going to tell me about that.
Yeah. So the preliminary results right now, just like we had said, we were looking at the video, man. The plane came down too hard descent, and the wheels collapsed. You know, that's exactly what me and you were talking about. Yeah, that just happened today. I mean, like this is fresh off the press here. I mean, it was a hard landing, and that's what resulted. And luckily, everybody got out of there alive and all that stuff. That didn't take long. It didn't take long. Yeah, just a preliminary result. But I mean, for all of us that are in the industry looking at that, it doesn't take brain science or all these people to like analyze this. We saw it ourselves. Yeah. But other things happening right now too is if you're going on spring break now, you head to London, Heathrow's shut down. I seen that. Did you see that? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Until midnight tonight, right? No. Not till midnight. They burnt the power station. There was a fire at the power station for the entire airport. No way. The airport won't be open up. They have no idea when it's going to open up again. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I didn't know that. The entire airport. That is freaking crazy. International flights all over. Could you imagine the amount of, just the people and money that's going to be lost? Yeah. They're like people, you're talking about diverting and all this stuff and inconveniencing. All these people are going to different countries. They're, hey, I'm getting ready to go to London. Now I'm landing in France. Like what? But you're going to have to leave. I mean, you can't even go to Heathrow. You're going to have to actually travel a train or whatever it is, right? You're going to have to either schedule another flight into Gatwick, or you're going to have to be able to go into freaking, another country and get there by train or something like that, or by boat. That is freaking crazy. This is going to go on for a while. This is a breaking story that just happened, but wanted to get into fun facts now. In 1914, the first commercial flight scheduled happened, and it was on a plane that was made out of wood. How many passengers? I don't know the details of this, but I just know that there's fun facts. Like they were saying that it was from St. Petersburg to Tampa Bay to Tampa. It was on one of those airboat planes, and it was the first scheduled flight ever. But the plane was made out of wood. Could you imagine being in line, sitting there, you're the only customer on that plane? Yeah. Here's the crazy thing, but like we're so modernized now, when people like realize like aviation, all aircraft were made out of wood in the beginning. Like they didn't even think about making aircraft out of metal. They started putting like metal around wood later on. Like they still had the structure, like inside wasn't just metal, it was wood and metal. Like all this is just evolved and everything. But you know,
I can't even imagine that first passenger's face, right? As you're taking off going, God, I hope this gets off the ground.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Anyways, 1918, the standard tarmac was started happening. I hate this shit. Do you like time change?
Nope.
I hate it, man.
Nope. I hate it.
I have been like for my entire life waiting for the time for them to change it back where we're just on standard time.
I get screwed every time.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you know, spring forward, fall back. I mean, it's just like it's just it's like outdated, but when you start thinking about this, and like Congress, I guess, has been like looking at this whole thing because it comes up every now and then, whatever, about this time change. I guess it's just so dynamic to so many more industries than we think. We always think it's like they changed it for the farmers, but I think there's more to it than just the farmers. But I hate it. But 1918 is when it happened, and then they did an amendment to it in the 60s just because there's some states that the line was wrong and because they had established 5 different time zones and stuff. But other than that, man, we've been stuck with it ever since, and I'd love to get rid of that crap.
Yeah, it should say changed in 2025.
Change in 20. I would
like
love
right now, right? Just
now.
Change that shit.
Stop it.
Absolutely.
Anyhow, all right. So let's talk about the destination this week. Destination is Key Largo, as we're talking about. Key Largo. Key Largo's super interesting. Something that just happened like last 2 days at Key Largo. And here's something that impacts people. If you're driving out to Key Largo, have you ever drove out to the Keys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One highway in, one highway out. And it is like I got stuck on it once in fog, and there was a major accident. Shut us down. We were like standstill traffic for almost 5 hours. It was crazy. But that just happened in Key Largo. They had brush fires down there, and it shut down the highway for a few hours, whatever, as well. Yeah. Yep. Well, the fires and smoke. It's not a lot of land there.
Yeah.
So it was shut down. But anyway, Key Largo is a cool place to go. It's known for being the dive capital of the world. It's got the only reef, coral barrier reef in the United States. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah. And in doing that, you know, we're always trying to like build up that coral reef and stuff. And back in the day, in the mid 70s, I believe it was, the Spiegel Grove boat, they scuttled it out there to make bigger and more reef. You're a diver? Are you a diver?
No.
Okay. So, I mean, I've been on some boat dives because I do diving and other stuff, and seeing scuttled boats and stuff. And it's amazing, like in the time span, like they sink these boats just to make the coral like grow on it, and life, underwater life and stuff. It gets all over them and stuff, but it's super fast. It's unbelievable. But I guess the last big giant hurricane that hit the Keys, the boat was on its side, and now it flipped it upright. So really? Now in underwater, the boat is sitting straight upright in the water. But it's pretty wild. And it moved it, I guess, another like 500 feet or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. So pretty wild. Even though it's like stayed down and it's all growing, all this coral and everything, ocean just came up and said, moved it. Crazy.
Water. Power of water.
The power of water. But other things that are awesome, and I know you're into this, is fishing.
Yep. Fishing.
125 miles of fishing down in the Keys. Some of the best fishing in the United States is right there. And then there's the eating, man. My favorite part.
You got tons of with the shrimp, the fish, the stone crab.
Dude, yeah, all of it. Like you go down to the Keys, period. You are eating seafood. You don't go down. I hate when people like go down there and eat a hamburger.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? There's so much good seafood down there. And then they're famous for key lime pie, right?
Shoot, they used to have years ago when I first moved to Florida, man, they would have the shrimp boats down there. You could go down there and just get your own shrimp.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh yeah, the shrimp down there, like everything. And Key Largo is known for their shrimp too. So we didn't narrow down any specific place to eat there. And there's a lot of different places to eat, but the food types and the stuff that you do eat down there is the seafood.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree.
All right, so give us a quote.
Quote for this week is really, really simple. Don't wait for opportunity, create it.
Heck yeah.
Love that.
Love it. Love it.
All right, guys, listen, it was a lot of fun this week. You guys have a great week. We can't wait to get back here next week, and we will see you here on Cabin Pressure.
Later. Thank you for listening to Cabin Pressure with Shawn and G. We would like to ask any flight attendant that has crazy crew stories to contact us with your story so we can talk about it on Cabin Pressure. And if you'd like to be a guest on Cabin Pressure, email us at cpwithsg@gmail.com.